Z Fold 7 is a productivity powerhouse, and to get the most out of it and also to protect your device, it is nice to bundle it with some accessories. I'm Mo, and I'm going to tell you about the accessories I personally use. Some of them were sent to me by different brands, but I bought most of them myself. The first thing you need is a case and a screen protector to protect the phone. I definitely recommend putting a case on the Fold. These phones are more fragile than conventional ones, and you can very easily crack them if you drop them on a concrete and damage the hinge. As a side note, if you're a Fold or Flip user, always get Samsung Care or any other store insurance. The one I have here is from a brand called Supcase, and I have both the Pro and Grip variants. The Grip has two parts. One protects the cover screen, and the other protects the hinge and the rest of the body. I first put on the part that protects the cover screen. You don't need any installation, you simply place it there and rub it a bit so it sticks to the phone. The cover also has a screen protector built in, so you don't need to apply an extra one. That's super nice for people like me who don't like the shenanigans of applying a new screen protector. Also, the protector is stronger than normal tempered glass. It doesn't interfere with multi-touch screen, and I can still use it normally without any ghosting or missed touches. The other part of the cover is the one that covers the hinge and the rest of the phone. It fits very nicely onto the phone. The one I have here is the transparent version, which I think goes perfectly with my blue Samsung Galaxy Fold. It does protect the camera and nothing is sticking out. The hinge part is robust and has a nice clicky feeling to it. The corners are also nicely protected, which is usually the most important part. Overall, the whole phone is covered with a protector, and it will give you extra safety for the Fold. There are other minimalist options out there, but I personally don't want to take any chances with Fold and Flip phones, so I prefer to use a military-grade case like this one. The phone folds and unfolds nicely without any hassle too, and now you can use it. Also, there is a stand located on the bottom part of the hinge protection, which is a nice touch, giving you yet another way to place your Fold on the table and use the full screen. This is really handy if you spend a lot of time on the train like me and want to watch a movie on the larger screen. Also, the Grip is MagSafe compatible, meaning you can attach your MagSafe accessories like this power bank to it. There is another version of this case called the Pro. I have it on the color black. The difference is that it doesn't have a stand on the hinge part of the phone. Instead, it has a grip, as the name suggests. The grip has a rail on the back of the cover, and this is how it works. You have to use your fingers to pull it out. There are two nice use cases for it. First, if you have smaller hands, it helps you hold the phone more easily. Second, if you pull it all the way out, you'll hear a click sound, and you can also use it to stand the phone nicely on a table. I'll put the link on both of them in the description. You can get them from Amazon. They are on the premium side of things, but the Fold is a premium device and worth protecting, and that's just my 2 cents. The next accessory that I always bring with me is the monitor from Lenovo. I've been using it for more than 3 years, and I really love it. Galaxy phones support DeX mode, which is a desktop mode. I usually connect the monitor to a beefy power bank from Sharge, which I'll talk about in a minute, and then use a display-compatible USB-C cable to attach the phone to the monitor. Just note that you can't use any USB-C cable. It has to support DisplayPort. I'll put the link to the one I use in the description. The beauty of the Fold is that you get tons of screen real estate and can use the phone as both a keyboard and a mouse, basically turning it into a full-fledged laptop by just carrying a monitor around. It's been a very long time since I brought my laptop while traveling. This monitor plus my Galaxy phone is the setup I use for productivity, browsing the web, answering emails, and other tasks. As I said, I connect the monitor to a power bank. The one I've been carrying for more than a year is the Sharge 170. It is an absolute power unit. It shows how much power the phone is drawing and some other info, and I also like its design. It has multiple ports, and sometimes I even charge my camera with it simultaneously. When I'm stationed somewhere, I also bring the Sharge 140. It is their new power brick that can charge your laptop, and as the name suggests, it goes up to 140 watts, which is much higher than your phone needs. I know it is sometimes tempting to buy cheap power bricks, but I never recommend doing so because the more expensive ones have chips inside that manage how much power the device is drawing and communicate through APIs to avoid damaging your phone. You don't need to get this specific charger, but whatever you go for, make sure it has the bare minimum protection inside so your phone doesn't get damaged. Also, I always pair my Galaxy phones with Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds. They are the best noise cancelling earbuds I've ever had in terms of noise cancellation. I did try the Samsung ones, but they don't fit my ears, so I switched to Bose. Generally, you'll probably need to try a few different ones until you find the one that fits your ears best. For the actual headphones, I recommend the latest Sony headphones, the Sony XM6. I guess now it is the right time to do a quick review of them. When it comes to comfort, I've worn these headphones for extended periods during the day, and since they only weigh 254 grams, around 9 ounces, they felt quite comfortable. The cushions have a nice fox leather material, and you can easily detach them and swipe in a different type if you want. Also, unlike my Bose, they didn't put too much pressure on the top of my head. That said, you should note that noise cancelling headphones work by creating isolation, and because of that, they do put some pressure on your jaw, so comfort is pretty subjective. The hinges are adjustable, which also adds to the comfort. You can rest the headphones around your neck since the ear cups rotate. They also went back to the Mark IV model design, where you can fold the headphones, something I really appreciate, but what's a game changer for me is how easily it is to open and close the case. The battery life is also amazing, over 30 hours, and since I only use them for a couple of hours a day during my commute, I rarely have to charge them. Also, I like how the touchscreen works. I know some people are skeptical about touch controls, but my Bose 700 was also touch-based, and I used the headphones for over 4 years. It never disappointed me, so you're going to be fine. You can double tap to start and stop the music. You can swipe up to increase the volume and swipe down to decrease the volume, and that works in steps, which is sometimes a bit annoying if you want to quickly turn the volume down. You can also swipe to the left and right to go back and forth between tracks. Overall, I definitely recommend them, but just like with earbuds, try different ones and see which one fits your ears. There is also a random accessory that I'm using these days, and it is a blessing in my tech life. It is called RingConn Generation 2. I'm going to do a full review of it later. It is a smart ring and therefore I don't need to wear my watch anymore. It has heart rate monitoring and other things like sleep tracking. It's a small little tech, and the only downside of it is that now some people probably think I'm married. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch the full review of the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and my comparison to the Galaxy S25 Ultra next. Thanks for tuning into Tecmo, and I will see you in the next one.